Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash, double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. This is your brother Ash from the Great Millstone, Miami Camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect. Okay, this is just going to be some words based around scriptures, few verses I have pulled up. Okay, going into how we are to glory in our infirmities. Okay, the scriptures warned us that the scriptures warned us of how our case would be here in Babylon the Great and throughout the world, which is under this beast system, this beast vibration, the vibration of Esau, Edom, the devil, but mainly here in Babylon the Great. Okay, scriptures tell you how this devil will wear out the saints. The scriptures tell us how we be subject to payments, and we're slaves in this society. We're battling, like Neo in the Matrix, battling all different types of poisons and toxins on a day-to-day basis. Brothers have wives and children. You have to be a damn ninja 24/7 and block shit like Shaquille O'Neal all day long, right? Whether it's physical toxins and poisons or psychological toxins and poisons, right? Guarding your heart with all diligence, as the scriptures say, keeping subtle subliminal demonic programming from entering into your spirit, and the shit gets tiring, it gets vexing. Okay, and the Lord warned us of our case. The Lord warned us how we would be in the last days. So so I'm just gonna go into some scriptures, because until Yahweh Shai returns and delivers us out of this case, gives us a new body, there's no way out. We can't run away, because again in John 17, Yahweh Shai prayed to the Father concerning his men. And one of the things he asked the Father for concerning his men was that he would not take them or remove them out of the world, meaning to kill them or give them the Enoch treatment, right? So that they would, escape. That's the only way you escape this hell. Because you in this truth, you find out real fast that hell doctrine is bullshit. I mean, in the 100% truth. And we are in hell. This is hell. It can't get no worse than this. All right? Which is, I say that lightly because it's going to get worse. But, it can't get much worse, I'll say. But, he said, I would that ye not remove them from the world, but that let me just get it. I don't want to butcher it. This is John 17:15. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. Okay, so that's the point. Yahweh Shai said, I don't want you to remove them from the world, but that thou shouldest keep them away from the evil, which that is a clear cut to the rapture doctrine. There ain't gonna be no rapture. Scriptures say, with much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom, right? So anyways, we're gonna have infirmities in this place. There ain't no way around it. We ain't none of us. Yahweh Shai had infirmities. Scriptures tell us that. right? We were stricken with grief, and so the servant is not above his master. Okay, Yahweh Shai could have turned iron into gold, yet he still worked the job. You know, so we were placed here to suffer, and we gotta understand that fully, and not try to run away or shy away from that. But the only thing you can do is embrace it, and embrace it heartily, knowing that the Spirit of the Lord is with you. Because you got these people in the world, they could try to shy away from it and run away from it, take drugs, and fill their time with chasing vanity to try to escape. But at the end of the day, they ass is still here too, and real life is going to catch up with them one way or another. And they don't got the Spirit of the Lord. They ain't not going to have the Spirit of the Lord with them to deal with it when shit really is in their face. Okay? But us that know this truth, that know what's going on, that do have the Spirit of the Lord, we shouldn't be trying to shy away from the realness of our situation. Okay? But embrace it, knowing that the Lord is with us, and to glory in our infirmities. So we're just going to get some scriptures concerning that, right? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 7. It says, this is the Apostle Paul, right? It says, thorn in the flesh, right? Unless I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, right? Because the Apostle Paul was being taught by Yahweh Shai directly, which nobody can say they got that treatment. So Paul was a very special brother to Yahweh Shai. Okay, and you can't just take any old nigga and give him that type of treatment, because they gonna think they King Dingling, right? And the scriptures tell us that knowledge puffeth up. So even being in the flesh, proud spirits try to get on you for knowing a little something. So how much more Yahweh Shai dealing with you directly? So it says, at least I should be exalted above measure, meaning higher than he was supposed to be, because he wasn't even one of the 12. He said he was of least of all the apostles, right? But he was receiving special treatment. That show you he had a high level of grace. We look up that word, grace. Okay. Through the abundance of the revelations, because he was being dealt with at such a high frequency. Right? The Spirit of the Lord was on Apostle Paul heavy. He had more works than all the apostles. But he wasn't an apostle. He called himself least of the apostles, right? There was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan, to buffet me, which means to beat me, lest I should be exalted above measure. So the Lord allows Satan to deliver a cruel message unto Paul in the form of something dealing with his body, because it said a thorn in his flesh. So it was a physical ailment. We don't know exactly what it was, because he didn't go into detail, right? Because it doesn't matter. It's not important, right? But it's just the fact, the reason behind it was to humble him. So if that happened to the Apostle Paul, that's going to happen to us. The Lord is going to give us thorns in our flesh. The Lord is going to allow Satan to jack us up in certain ways, so we remain humble, one, and so that we won't get comfortable in this hell that we're in, and that we keep desiring the kingdom. Okay? Verse 8, for this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. right? Which reminds me of Yahweh Shai, right? Praying 3 times to remove that cup from him that he had to go through, which is spiritual, right? Which is spiritual. I brought that out in the last lesson, which this is like a carry on from the last lesson, right? And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee. Meaning, no, I'm not going to remove it from you. I've given you enough grace to deal with it. You're going to deal with it. I'm not going to take it away from you, but I'm going to give you the strength to deal with it. That reminds me of the quote, the famous Bruce Lee quote. Pray not for an easy life, but for the strength to endure a hard one. Which that's cold philosophy. That's scripture, right? That's scriptural right there. Showing you Bruce Lee was an Israelite, right? For my strength is made perfect in weakness. My strength is made perfect in weakness. We gotta meditate on that, because we don't have no might in our flesh. We don't have no strength of our own. The Lord is our strength, right? He said, my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. So that's the cheat code. That's the cheat code. The cheat code is acknowledging your weakness, acknowledging your fragility, acknowledging that you're in the flesh, acknowledging that you don't got it all. Acknowledge, like Micah said, I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I sinned against him. We're sinners, not only in this life, but in all our lifetimes. And we deserve worse than whatever it is we're going through right now. Right? But it's like we're the Lord's woman. Right? A woman is the weaker vessel, right? But you got these women of today, due to feminism and 3rd, 4th wave feminism, got them pretending to be men, pretending to be something that they're not, which is gonna cause them to get treated as a man. They want to act like a man, they're gonna get treated like they're gonna get man treatment. Now that's why they out here alone, single, broke, not being taken care of, and open to being vulnerable to attack at the worst time in history, going into Jacob's trouble. That's why scripture say many days and years ye careless women gonna be troubled. But that's due to not accepting your nature and moving as such, acknowledging that you need the stronger vessel, which is the man, to provide and protect you. So us being the Lord's woman, we have to acknowledge our weaker nature and acknowledge the Lord being the stronger one, our head, which is Yahweh Shai, to provide and protect for us. Not trying to, think that you big and bad. Acknowledge your weakness. Acknowledge your infirmities. Be happy that you have the Lord to protect and provide for you, And I'm talking to myself first. That's the cheat code. That's the power. You see? So Apostle Paul, he figured it out. But it took the Lord telling him, my grace is sufficient for thee. Because he, So it's going to be things that we have going on in our life, certain thorns in our flesh and shit. Physical ailments, infirmities, and other things that, we get into the herbs and we get into certain things. I'm all for healing. I'm all the way on it with that. Right? And eating right. Right? Cutting out the bullshit. But there's gonna be certain things that we just can't get over. And that's when you have to acknowledge. That's when you just gotta put it in the, cast your burdens on the Lord. That's when you activate the power. That's when you activate the strength. Okay. Verse 10. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, and reproaches, and necessities, and persecutions, and distresses for Hamashiach's sake. For Hamashiach's sake, that's the point. Though you ain't getting in bullshit because you just being a nigga and doing dumb shit. You going through shit because it's because you in the faith. It's because you in the truth. Right? For when I am weak, then I am strong. Going back to the analogy of the woman. Or when a woman acknowledges her weakness and that she needs her man, that's her strength. That's where she get her power. That's where her power lies at. You know, being a woman, being feminine. That's a woman can much easier get a man to do something for her just by being feminine and friendly, right? And using her feminine charm and seduction to get things done for her than trying to badger a nigga to do some shit for her. Trying to force or yell at a guy to you know, curse a dude out and shame, you know, insult, guilt, need to be right a man into doing something. So they don't understand. They don't know where their power lies. In the same way, we have to know where our power lies, and that's in the Lord, not in ourselves. Okay? So we have to flip the switch in our brain to bring. You have to have that spirit of bring it on, bring it on. Whatever it is, I'm going to bring it on. Bring it on, because that's when I'm strong. Oh, I don't have no energy. I'm tired. Well, the Lord got it. The Lord going to be with me. I don't got no money. I'm fucked up. Well, that's when the Lord going to step in. Oh, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, that's when the standard is going to be lifted up. Right? Something bad happened. Okay, now the Lord going to step in and work a miracle. Now I'm going to depend on my Lord. Right? So that's just something I wanted to speak on real quick. Lord was edifying. With that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Hakodash. And until the next one, Shalom.